And I understand you're pretty good on the computer too.
I'm good at computer. My life I was working as a computer. Now that I am not working, I cannot work. I'm using computer to generate arts.
Beautiful things you did.
Yeah, we saw
Thank
it.
you.
How do you do the artwork on a computer like that? It's very
I'm using
beautiful.
computer as a tool to like a paintbrush, not as the creator, but as a paintbrush, as a tool to create images that is colorful and.
Very lovely, very lovely. And you donated some of them for the Institute on the decorating on the walls, but also a fundraiser you had.
Yes, we have a fundraising we have, and we sell some of them, and the group of my friends that most of them are artists or at least they are doing some painting. We get together and put an exhibition that for our shows of our paintings, and we sold some paintings that donation went to Parkinson's Institute.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
See, that's what our organization wants to promote is do what you can to make a difference. I mean, there's so many things you can do.
Use what you love to do.
Do what you love to do. People ask us, how do you create an expedition
Yeah.
to support Parkinson's? Well, I mean, it's kind of going, okay, you start doing it. And the great thing about the Drive Around the World is the fact that we appeal to a population of people that is not normally associated in the Parkinson's realm of the world. I
We
mean,
had
Around the
60
world.
sponsors. All the sponsors, now the people within those companies, they know all about Parkinson's disease because of the drive
You
and
raised
following
their
the
awareness.
drive. And then Todd, our program director, I was logistics and Todd was programs. He interviewed people with Parkinson's in every country we went to, except for a couple. Neurologists, researchers. He shared all those stories online. And then separately, we had an education program he was telling you about where we answered questions with a satellite phone. And he answered 7,500 questions from students.
Whew.
And they asked, if they said, what does a cockroach taste like, he would go out and eat a cockroach and tell them what it tasted
Todd.
like.
Wow.
But
That's dedication.
But I think the best success of the education program, in my opinion, despite the 7,500 questions, which I'm very proud of, but the way his Nick's sister Jackie Farrar reacted, the whole thing, and she just came out of the Parkinson's shell, and she's going to schools in Southern California, talking about her wiggle. She's talking about for Halloween dressing up as a salt shaker. I mean, she's using humor, and she's being informative, and she's taken on a whole project that has a life of its own, which is really inspiring to see.
There's all this stuff that's happened as a result of the drive that we didn't plan for.
Yeah.
And there's the fundraising. That was pretty successful. We raised $75,000, but it's still going on.
Wonderful.
We're telling the story, so
Now,
it's
is there a
still.
telephone number also in case people don't have internet access? Is there a telephone number for the drive
Well, there's
information?
the Parkinson'sInstitute.org.
Just use that? Okay.
And do you know the number for the institute?
The number for institute is 408, I think
734
2800.
Say it again. You've got it.
734-2800.
Very
Area code
good.
408.
Very good. So that would be the Parkinson's Institute number, and it'd be the same one because you began at the Parkinson's Institute and you ended up, I saw pictures of the celebration when you came back. Now, you were there at the opening when you first had the grand kickoff when they started.
And the return, both of them, I was there.
Yeah.
So when are you going to have another ride?
Oh boy. Yeah,
Well, you're still recuperating.
we don't know what to do with ourselves now that we're back.
Are you going? Do you think you will have another?
I think so. Yeah, there's just too much momentum, and I want to raise $1 million for Parkinson's, and this drive didn't quite do it. But there's a book, and there's a film crew along that filmed it all, and they're making a TV show. A percentage of that goes to Parkinson's, and there's a road in Antarctica that goes to the South Pole that the U.S. Army's building, and
And you'd like to do that?
I think we'd like to drive that when it's done.
Well, I wanted to ask Bijan about the facilities again at the Parkinson's Institute. They have an amazing laboratory. I was so impressed with that, where they have samples where they can have freezers to preserve samples of blood and samples of different things, cells.
Part of the research at the Parkinson's Institute is collecting samples of blood and brain tissues for future testing and collect research.